It's another edition of Time About the Movies, and today we're taking a look at the movies of June 26, 1992. Once again, two movies to look at today, so no special equipment going up today. Let's just get right on into it. It's going to be a quick one. We'll start off with the first movie that we have here, and that is Kurt Russell, Madeline Stowe, and Ray Liotta in the psychological thriller Unlawful Entry. So it's literally Pacific Heights. I mean, pretty much it's Pacific Heights, except replace Matthew Modine, Melanie Griffith, and Michael Keaton with Kurt Russell, Madeline Stowe, and Ray Liotta, and you pretty much got the same movie here, except this time Ray Liotta wants to fuck Kurt Russell's wife, pretty much. And I'll give this movie credit though; it's not bad. It's actually a much more enjoyable movie, I would say, than Pacific Heights is, because Pacific Heights essentially had a one-note premise to it that really didn't have a whole lot of surprises to it. But in this movie's case, this movie actually does kind of work. I mean, the more I think about it, I think the movie works a lot better because it's funny because Ray Liotta's clearly the bad guy here, but in a way, his methods of trying to get Madeline Stowe's attention actually are more reasonable than something like, say, what Michael Keaton was doing in Pacific Heights, except that, of course, in that movie, he wasn't trying to screw around with Matthew Modine's wife, he was trying to kill him. But, in here, it's actually a legitimately terrifying movie. I mean, Ray Liotta really puts his all into this, playing this cop that kind of abuses his power and harasses this couple, mainly Kurt Russell. And Russell and Stowe really work off each other very well here. They really are a lot of the performances in here are very good. This is a good script written by Lewis Collick and Ken Friedman. Jonathan Kaplan directed this movie. And Ray Liotta got an MTV Movie Award for Best Villain, which was back when the MTV Movie Awards actually meant something. And so yeah, I would legitimately say that this is actually a pretty decent movie, more than I would have thought it was. Because when I saw the trailer for this, I just thought, well, it's Pacific Heights all over again. But unlike Pacific Heights, this is actually written better. These characters are more believable. The direction is much better. The music is much better. It's just an overall much better film than Pacific Heights is. If you haven't seen Unlawful Entry, I'd say definitely check it out. You might actually be surprised more with how much you enjoyed it. Kind of like what happened with me. So that's the only new release that came out this weekend. But there was also a classic movie released this weekend, and that was Disney's classic film, Pinocchio. It's fitting because just recently we had Robert Zemeckis' remake, which honestly is one of the worst movies of the year, one of the worst Disney live-action remakes I've ever seen. And I've talked about it before. I'll go ahead and put a link to the Talking About the Movies episode where I talked about that one. But I hated it because it ruined the timeless factor. Like, when you watch the animated Pinocchio, you could still tell that this is a timeless story. This could happen at any point in time, and you never could get the sense of a modernization or anything like what the remake did. I mean, this movie still holds up almost over 80 years later, and it's still a classic movie on so many levels. There's really not much more I can bring to it that hasn't already been said. The music is classic. I mean, When You Wish Upon a Star is just one of the great Disney songs. The animation still holds up. The storytelling is very well done. It's not afraid to take chances and be legitimately scary for kids. Like, these scenes still freak me out almost over 30 years after I've seen this movie for the first time. These scenes still hold up. I mean, the Coachman's smile, when he smiles, is still one of the most terrifying things ever to me. I mean, the smiles in the doorbell. The smiles that are in the movie Smile have nothing compared to the Coachman smile in Pinocchio. This evil smile that just, every time I see it, I get creeped out by it. It still holds up after so many years that, like, it's a movie that still holds up on so many levels. It's a classic film, beautiful animation, great storytelling, great characters, great music. What more do I even need to say about it? It's Pinocchio. It's one of the great Disney classics for a reason. And no terrible remake can ever take away the enjoyment factor of the original film. It's just such a great movie that will have much longer lasting power than any remake that comes after it. So, there you go. That's Pinocchio. And so on that note, we wrap up another edition of Time About the Movies. We'll jump into July of '92 the next time around. Once again, only two movies to look at. We have But two good comedies overall. You got Tom Hanks, Gina Davis, Madonna, and Rosie O'Donnell in the baseball comedy A League of Their Own. And we also have Eddie Murphy and Robin Givens in Boomerang. So two movies that we'll definitely look into next time around, and two very good movies. So next time should be a good one for this one. We'll do that on Sunday, and of course there'll be a new Movie Stop episode tomorrow. New Stairway to Seven video coming up on Sunday. Haven't decided if I'm going to do a talking about the movies episode again this week. I'm trying to get these episodes out there, but just other things just keep happening that just cause me not to make those videos, unfortunately. But I promise you, they're going to continue. There's just got to be a time for me to get out to the movie theater, so please bear with me on that front. But you're still going to get some stuff from me over the weekend, so definitely check that out. Thank you for watching this particular show on the one hand. And if you want to see more videos like this, please hit the playlist on the next page, check out the previous episode, and I'll see you guys on Sunday for another episode. I'll see you tomorrow for another video. So, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time, and until then, as always, take care.